Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and I have another awesome set to build and review for you today. This is from Letbricks. This is the Letbricks SR-72 Reconnaissance Aircraft, and I'm quite excited to build this. This looks like a lot of fun. Can't wait to dig in here. First of all, I should say I'm a bit of an airplane nerd. My father is an Air Force veteran, and so him and I, throughout my childhood, definitely nerded out on airplane stuff quite a bit. Funny thing is, this isn't really a real plane. Hopefully I'm not breaking that to you, Letbricks. But the funny thing about this set is they kind of talk about it. They have a bunch of factual information here on the back, all about the SR-72, with no real mention that it's not a real plane. Now, I can kind of understand the confusion because SR-72 or Aurora or Son of Blackbird has been talked about many times over the years as a concept or a top secret program that may or may not exist. And so there is a lot of lore around this aircraft, but no one's ever publicly seen one or posted pictures of one, and it might not even exist whatsoever. Now, I do know what made this popular is the recent second Top Gun movie featured this in maybe the opening scene, if not the early part of the movie, where Tom Cruise is a test flight pilot in the Son of Blackbird, possibly also called the SR-72. So there is some Hollywood intervention there as well. And kind of a fun fact for that movie, Skunkworks, the creator of the SR-71, actually did make a prototype model for the movie that they used. So it is kind of designed by them. And I think that's what this model is mostly based off of, just looking at it. One indicator is right here. We have trans pieces for a windshield. And most of the earlier rumors of the SR-72, Son of Blackbird, or Aurora, whatever you want to call it, were that it was going to be a drone airplane because of the speeds that they talked about flying it at. It would be much easier to make it autonomously flown than have a living, breathing human being in it. But anyway, that's enough plane talk. Let's talk about bricks. So this is pretty cool. It's a big set, 2,071 pieces. Difficulty level is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7. I hope I can handle it. 14 plus is the age. Classic fighter simulation model. Awesome. Let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, we have some dimensions here too. 28.9 centimeters by 62 centimeters. This is going to be a big bird. Let's go ahead and dive in here. Grab my star-spangled knife. Take a look what's inside. Ooh, a sticker. Nice. This is the first time seeing it, so hopefully there's no surprises in here. That is a big booklet. And some very large parts bags. Bag 4, bag 1, 3, 2, 6, 5. So we got 6 different bags. Looks like each one has several smaller bags inside. We got a whole heap of parts here that we're going to have to sort through one by one, but there is bag 1. Also, a massive instruction booklet. And I really appreciate the fact that Letbricks gives you paper instructions, and they look to be quite nice paper instructions at that. So this is going to be the build video. I'm not going to dive too deep into techniques and quality and my actual thoughts of this set until the following video. But I will film this in time lapse. I'll stop on the way to share some things that I find particularly interesting. So let's go ahead and dig in and get after this. So I'm almost through the first big bag, which contained 8 small bags, and it is creating a nice base for the plane. I like how they have this nice smooth bottom. Couple things I don't totally understand. There's a lot of this kind of strange greebling in here, which I don't see on the outside of the plane here, so I'm guessing that just gets covered. Kind of strange overlaps here, but I'm a little early in this, so maybe it'll make sense later. This connection here I don't quite understand. They had me plug these in underneath, and you would think a 2x3 and 2x4 brick would suffice, but they did a Technic connection and then just stuck it flat to a plate. And this one has 2 connections on it and stuck it in here. So maybe there's a purpose for that, but if there is, I can't figure out what it's going to be. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what that turns out to be. Maybe they needed these crosses in there. Okay, that might make sense. Or possibly those jumped pins in the middle. We'll see. But hopefully there is a use for that, but just kind of a strange connection there in the middle. As for the quality of the bricks, it's pretty good. The stuff is kind of tight fitting. The clutch power is a little high, and there's a lot of large plate-to-plate connections where you're attaching a ton of studs, which means you have to push really hard to get these to stick together all the way. Once they are stuck together, they seem to be holding. I don't have anything coming apart, which is nice. But you see, like when I stick a bunch of them together, you can see the curve there, how this is really starting to bow. Fortunately, when I attach them to the base, they kind of flatten out. So hopefully as the model gets bigger and bigger, this will be less and less of a problem. You can see here, this is a lot of studs being connected here and a lot of connection points to make. So this is really giving my hands a workout. I don't want to say it's necessarily bad, but it's definitely a little tighter than I would want it. It will get there, and as far as I'm seeing thus far, it will stay where you put it. Just a little bit extra effort is needed to get it there. Well, let's go ahead and continue. So I'm getting very close to halfway done with this build. I'm almost done with bag 3. I've got 3 more small bags for bag 3, and there are 6 bags total, so close to halfway. I've had some interesting things here. Number one, I love how the bottom, they really did a great effort to try to make it smooth and not just have a bunch of the underside of plate showing, which is pretty cool. Lots of double cheese slopes in here, lots of inverted slopes here. So that's pretty unique. I like how that's coming out. Some of the connections are tight. These bricks definitely fit tighter than some of the other products on the market. And I'm getting a bit of a finger workout, so this is definitely some work. But it is coming together nice. I'm not getting that curve anymore because I've got enough pieces on here. I really like the way that they kind of shape all these side panels, and this was really cool here, how they were able to shape this to fit in with here. So some nice techniques going on. But yeah, I'm having fun. This is enjoyable. It is definitely a bit hard on the hands. I should also talk about the wheels. So the way that the wheels work, they're tucked up in there. You basically flip the side piece down, and these roll out, and you flip it back up like that. The initial bags for the wheels came with these tires, which were too wide, where they wouldn't fit in the cavity for the wheel there. But there was this bag in there just kind of loose. It said replace them with these tires. So they definitely made a mistake, but they fixed it, so that's good. I have to say, though, one thing I don't love, the front wheels, the inner hub of the wheel here, it's just like kind of a Technic piece, and it doesn't fit the tire well at all. It's really not even a wheel, and it also doesn't fit the axle well at all. These don't roll smooth at all. So I think that was a huge oversight. They should have put some real wheels on there to make it actually roll. But we'll see. Set's not done yet. Maybe they have plans for the future. but it just seems like that's going to be kind of a missed step there on the quality. But yeah, both wheels pop up like that, and then they do rotate. So we'll keep building here and show you as we go some interesting things that we find. Okay, I just finished bag 4, and I got kind of the rear end of the wings looking real good here. The way that these attach, really creative technique. Basically, you've got these wings here, you got 2 hinges on them, and a bunch of tiles here, and all these round bits didn't make sense before, and all this jaggedness, but now it does, because this just kind of slots in, and you got a connection right here for this hinge. Pops in, and then this isn't connected yet, but we're going to have a piece going across here, as you can see in the instructions, that will tie this in. And then I'm guessing you have pieces go over the top, getting rid of that edge and making it look seamless. So pretty cool. I think they did a good job on this here, and I love the connections here, the corners. It's very, very seamless looking. All right, so we have 5 bags down, 1 to go. We're getting very close. This is looking really cool, both top and bottom. I love the scoops on these, and in the back here, pretty cool stuff. And I love how they're doing the center section. You've got a lot of slopes. There are a lot of these pieces built that connect just kind of at an angle through various techniques, and then it's just kind of lined with these slopes on the side. So really cool. I like how this is coming together here, and the top just looks really nice and uniform. We just got to finish the front up here, and this build will be done. So last bag, here we go. Okay, well, we have wrapped up the SR-72 Son of Blackbird. This is a really cool looking model. A lot of awesome stuff to talk about with this. This video is just the build video, so in a couple days I will be releasing a full review of this model to show you everything I like about it, everything I dislike about it, and a deep dive into all this has to offer. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more just like this in the future. That's all I got for this time, and we will see you next time.